Good day, everyone. We are Modula and Podrick.
Let's dig into what is going on in tech and science news.
All right, picture this, a fighter jet, but with no pilot, just pulled off something that's never ever been done before. And believe me, it's about to completely rewrite the rules of air power. So yeah, let's get right into it.
So let's set the scene. The date is November 30th, 2025. You're looking up over the Black Sea. A formation of 5 Turkish Air Force F-16s just screams across the sky. But they're not alone. Tucked in with them is a 6th, much sleeker aircraft. And this one, it's flying without a soul on board. You've got high-ranking officials calling it a historic day, the start of a whole new era. But why? I mean, what exactly happened up there that has the entire world's defense community buzzing like this? And that is the central question we are unpacking right now. Because, you see, what this drone accomplished, well, it wasn't just another test flight. No, this was a fundamental shift in the very idea of what air combat is.
So it all really boils down to one single monumental achievement. Let's break down exactly what makes this thing a true world's first.
Okay, here it is. For the first time in history, an unmanned combat aircraft successfully tracked and destroyed a fast-moving, jet-powered aerial target. And it did it with a long-range, radar-guided missile. And let me be clear, this was not a simulation. We're talking a verified, end-to-end kinetic kill. So how did this all go down? Well, first, the drone's super advanced onboard radar detected and locked onto the target from dozens of miles away. Then, bam, it launches its missile. And this missile, it just guides itself completely autonomously all the way to a direct, pinpoint accurate hit. Think about that. The human monopoly on this kind of complex, high-stakes aerial fight, it's officially over.
And the really crucial term you gotta know here is beyond visual range, or BVR. We're not talking about a classic dogfight here, Top Gun style. This is high-tech warfare. It's about hitting a target you literally can't see with your own eyes, relying completely on sensors and complex systems. Frankly, it's what separates the modern air forces from everybody else, and a drone just proved it can play that game.
Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, you need some context. I mean, sure, other drones have fired missiles before, right? But they were almost always short-range, heat-seeking missiles aimed at slow-moving propeller drones. Kızılelma took out a high-speed jet with a long-range, radar-guided weapon. It's like the difference between hitting a big, stationary target from 10 feet away versus hitting a speeding bullseye from 100 yards. Totally different league. So, what is this groundbreaking machine anyway? Its name is Kızılelma. It translates to red apple, which is a term from Turkic mythology that basically means an unreachable ultimate goal. Well, it kind of looks like they just reached it. Yeah, Kızılelma is not your typical slow-moving drone you see on the news. This thing is a jet-powered, stealth-designed, unmanned fighter. It's fast, it can carry a serious amount of weapons, and it's even designed to operate from aircraft carriers. This is a true combat aircraft. Plain and simple. It just doesn't have a cockpit. And just look at the speed of this innovation. It's wild. The project was only launched in 2021. It had its first flight within a single year and, well, it's already making history. It's slated to actually enter service in 2026. That timeline rivals, or in some cases even outpaces, similar loyal wingman programs in the West, like America's Skyborg or Australia's MQ-28 Ghost Bat. A lot of those are still deep in the testing phases.
But maybe the most strategic piece of this whole story isn't just what happened, but how it happened. Because this success was built on a foundation of complete, and I mean complete, technological independence.
Get this, the entire kill chain was homegrown. The aircraft itself, built by Bayraktar, the advanced AESA radar that found the target, made by Aselsan, and the Gökdoğan missile that actually scored the hit, developed by Tubatak Sage. From start to finish, this was an all Turkish production.
And why does that matter so much? Here's the bottom line. Turkey can now field this game-changing capability without asking anyone for permission. There are no foreign export restrictions to worry about, no waiting on outside suppliers for critical parts. In the world of high-stakes defense, that level of autonomy, that is the ultimate prize.
So this autonomy, this incredible freedom to innovate and deploy on your own terms, it just swings the door wide open to a totally new way of fighting. See, this test wasn't just about a drone flying by itself, it was about creating a whole new kind of team-up in the sky. This is the whole concept of manned-unmanned teaming, or what a lot of people call the loyal wingman doctrine. The idea is pretty simple, actually. You have unmanned jets flying right alongside piloted fighters, acting like robotic teammates. They can scout ahead, they can jam enemy radar, or they can take the first shot, which dramatically boosts the effectiveness and the safety of the human pilot.
And that's exactly what happened over the Black Sea. Kızılelma was flying in formation with 5 F-16s. This wasn't some isolated lab experiment, it was a real-world demonstration, proving that this futuristic concept is now an operational reality for Turkey. They didn't just test a drone, they validated an entirely new way of fighting.
But okay, for all its incredible success, the Kızılelma program does have one pretty significant vulnerability we need to talk about. A potential Achilles heel that could really slow down its momentum.
And this really lays out the issue pretty clearly. The current version, the Kızılelma A, is subsonic, but the planned supersonic versions, the ones that will unlock its full potential as a fighter, they all rely on one thing: engines from the Ukrainian manufacturer Ivchenko Progress.
So while Turkey has achieved total control over the drone's brain and its weapons, the heart of the aircraft, its engine, is still sourced from another country, and that dependency creates a potential supply chain risk, one that could absolutely impact the program's long-term production and its evolution into a true supersonic fighter.
But make no mistake, even with that challenge, the verdict is in. Kızılelma has already entered mass production. This isn't some prototype or a tech demonstrator anymore. It is a proven, history-making system that is being built right now to enter service, and it is absolutely set to change the face of air combat as we know it.
Which of course leaves us with one final and pretty provocative question. For over a century, the skies have been ruled by human aces. But after Kızılelma's historic shot, well, you just have to ask, is the next great fighter ace going to be a human, or is it going to be an algorithm?